Is it recording?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's good.
Are you sure? Can I like...
3, 2, 1. Not bad.
Right,
not
cool.
bad. We're in there. We're in there.
Okay, cool. I want to be in you. How does that happen?
Check 1, check 2. I want to be in you. From the Jungle Book 3.
Oh my god, I'm going to be the gorilla.
You already are.
Yeah, I am. Well, here we are. Second episode of Beer Belly Last Call.
Beer Belly Last Call.
Yeah.
If you're listening or watching this right now, it might be because you are part of that $5 tier on patreon.com.
Thank you for the money.
/ BeerBellyPod. We are still poor and
Very
cold.
Poor. Cold? So, I wish I was cold. It's fucking hot in here.
Thank you very much to those of you who have signed up for that tier. If you haven't yet, again, links and everywhere you could find that Patreon page in the episode description, in the show notes, of course. But again, patreon.com / BeerBellyPod. Today, as you could tell from the title of this episode, I'm sure, if I remember to put that in. Let's remember to put that in.
Hopefully you remember. I'll remind you, but I'll forget to remind you. So
fair enough.
Good system.
The mystery episode.
It's a good system.
Foolproof. Before we get started on that, though, John has a little something on his crotch that we need to adhere to.
It's my crotch. Well, because we're alcoholics and it's early in the morning, we wanted to be appropriate with our alcoholic drink.
Yeah.
So we got our cups of coffee.
Yes.
Black, just the way we like it, big and black.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, we brought Bailey's.
Woo!
Oh, yeah. Nothing beats a nice Irish cream.
Oh, wow. I am part Irish, and I do have cream.
Oh, man.
We were just making sex jokes earlier this morning, too.
Man. Yeah, this shit is always on. We're always on. All right, generous?
Can you shake well real quick,
No,
actually?
I can't.
I'm just afraid.
Oh, look
when's
at
the
that.
expiration date? I'm not sure how long this has
That's
actually been in
looking
this
a little
house.
thick.
Is there an expiration? I really hope there is.
It's cream.
2024. 5. So, as of recording this, 3 months old?
3 months expired.
Should we try it? There's cream in this. I don't know if we should. We probably should have looked at this earlier.
Well, it wasn't until I saw like around the rim.
Oh, yeah. It still smells good. But we might get the Rhea after this.
The chores?
We might get the chores.
I mean...
Or should we just have coffee?
I think we should just pour some.
Oh, I'm definitely going to shake well then. Fuck. We have beer in the fridge. That's cold.
Do you want to get a beer?
I feel safer about it. But for the people, let's do a splash.
A
for
splash?
Just as we're gonna get trigger warning. We're gonna get all the chores.
Do you
don't know
throw up? Oh my god!
I hope not. I have a party I have to go to later. A formal party, kind of.
Good reason to get out of it though.
That's a good point. My wife will hate me though.
Oh,
and I won't blame her.
Here we go.
Oh jeez. Okay, it's not hairy and it's not clumping. So.
Oh, you dropped some of the expired shit on my leg.
It's okay. It's only 3 months and it's only dairy, so it's all right.
You can give yourself a little bit more.
Did I give you more?
You were very happy with my pour, you son of a bitch. You're trying to really give me the chores. I got plans later, AJ.
Oh boy.
Ugh.
I'm a little nervous about this more than before. Yeah, I'm not sure if it'll show very well on the camera, but again, it says 5/2024. As of the recording of this episode,
professionalism.
Nothing but oh god, cheers.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I mean, we didn't add too much to where. I mean, I'm still getting a good coffee from it. It tastes fine. It tastes fine,
but all the bacteria that's in there.
I got food poisoning like last week. I got done watching The Parent Trap starring Lindsay Lohan.
That'll give you the diarrhea.
Introducing Lindsay Lohan.
Oh.
And I got viciously ill. I just remember like around 1 a.m. calling out, Cynthia! for water. Because I was just like, I'm dehydrated right now. I am dead. It was rough.
Okay. I had the meat sweats on Friday at Korean barbecue.
Ooh.
The following day, my ass was literally that dinosaur from Jurassic Park that like spreads its sides and just squirts it out.
And there was an overweight man in your toilet that
I
just
was
gets
the
in the
overweight
eyes.
man.
God!
I played both parts. My ass was the dinosaur, and I was the overweight man.
You were a savant. The Daniel Day-Lewis of your day.
Oh, my God.
Well, on that note, we're talking about Batman Begins, the first Christopher Nolan film of the trilogy.
Oh, wait, we didn't watch the one with Robert Pattinson?
No, we did not watch
Oh, shit.
The Batman.
We're going to be reviewing 2 different movies then.
God damn it.
Oh, no.
Sin and I were talking about that movie, referencing it a few times, and I since you brought up that movie, I like Robert Pattinson as Batman. I still do not care for his Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
I
that.
have to be honest with you, and I like him as an actor a lot. I think he's actually really talented and cool, but for some reason, it's just the direction in that film just did not do it for me as far as what they had him portray Bruce Wayne as. I have to say it.
Okay.
I have to.
I'm going to be honest with you. I have not seen that movie more than once, and I don't think I care to watch it again.
Fair enough. I saw it twice in theaters, and yeah, it was okay.
Yeah.
It was okay.
After watching Batman Begins, I think that one, The Batman, is far less superior. There, I said it.
In its own right, it is good, but yeah, in comparison's sake, I mean, we only have one movie of with Pattinson.
I'm just comparing it to Batman Begins. You had put both of those movies in front of me, which technically Max did. It had Batman Begins, and then it had The Batman. I was like, I know which one I'm gonna watch.
Right, essentially the same story too.
Now, what I will say is, what was crazy about watching Batman Begins is I would much rather watch The Dark Knight.
Thank you. That was something that I couldn't help but realize. I was like, this first movie is vastly inferior compared to the other two.
But that just shows you how good, because this one is a good movie. I don't think it's bad. It's really good in its own right, but Dark Knight and then Dark Knight Rises,
Rises is pronounced,
is amazing. They're both so good.
They are.
That
both
they make
really
the first
good.
movie shit.
Yeah.
I wonder how often that happens in like trilogies.
Probably
The
never.
Matrix. The Matrix.
Oh no, okay, that's
The
another.
Matrix,
Actually, that's a great example.
I'm gonna say the Iron Man. Yeah.
Iron Man trilogy. You know what? You're right.
2 and 3 is better than 1.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
I'm trying to think. Are there other trilogies where the second and the third one are better than the first?
Maybe the Lord of the Rings trilogies. The trilogy, I should say.
Okay. Yeah.
I would say people would probably say the Two Towers is better, and Return of the King is.
It's okay.
It's pretty great. It's just
too
not
long.
as concise as the Two Towers.
You don't like the 25 different endings?
Star Wars Empire Strikes Back is way better than A New Hope, but A New Hope is still great. Don't get me wrong. And then Return of the Jedi kind of falls off, but I still like Return of the Jedi a lot too. Anyway, it's still freaking Star Wars.
They're so great.
Last Jedi, at least the Last Jedi is an original idea compared to the Force Awakens. A more original idea compared to the Force Awakens. But even the Last Jedi has its like slow parts that aren't very good compared to the Force Awakens. I don't know.
You're
That's
a fucking nerd.
Oh, yeah.
You're such a nerd.
Welcome to Beer Belly Last Call, where I think we're going to be nerdy about a lot of things over the course of doing these episodes.
Drinking inspired shit.
Oh, God.
Going from there.
We're going to have Nerdy Rhea later.
Oh,
I'm not happy about it.
I don't want this.
Okay, so one thing that I did not realize, because the first time I had seen this movie was in theaters. I remember being like a young teenager when it happened, and liked it a lot at the time, and I remember it being more scary, and maybe it's because I wasn't in a theater, but even Sin kind of pointed out a couple moments where in theaters it was really intense, because it was like the first time we got to see Batman actually be intimidatingly scary. Like, he uses fear to then kind of influence, like, the crowds of people he's going to be beating up, the bad guys. And then there's the first time where he, like, rappels down, upside down, and someone goes like, "Where is he?" And he's like, "Here." And then Sin was like, a little cheesy, bro. And I was like, I guess. For the
time, it was amazing.
For the time, it blew my ass out of my ass, as John would say. Mm-hmm. And then there's the part where, like, okay, I guess, like, full spoilers for, like, a, I don't know, 15-year-old movie, 20-year-old movie at this point. But, what was I going to say? There's the part where Scarecrow, who obviously, if you've watched the movie, uses hallucinogenics.
Them good drugs. Them good drugs.
Makes everyone think Batman is a freaking bat out of hell. And the makeup that they use for him as like a demon bat does look a little silly too, I'll say. In hindsight now, I'm like, looking back, I'm like...
You don't get a lot of it, though.
No, yeah, luckily it's like just a few scenes. Maybe they could have used like some filters to not make it look like it's just like a man in like a weird costume.
Right.
Like, kind of looked like a less cool Green Goblin kind of look to him a little bit.
Okay.
I was like, it's okay. But again, there are aspects of this film that are sick. Don't get me wrong.
I love the action.
Yeah. A lot of the action is cool.
I like the first act with Ra's al Ghul, where he's being trained and stuff. I thought that was so good.
Where he's a ruthless bastard.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm exhausted. I've been hiking all day, and just kicks him to the ground repeatedly. I'm like, Jesus, God.
God damn.
When he outsmarts him. I don't understand how he outsmarted him in that trial to become leader of the League of Shadows. Like,
I don't either.
Like Ra's al Ghul thinks it's him.
Well, because of the cut.
Oh, that's right.
That's what it was. He cut one of the other ninjas in the line, so that's what he was looking at.
I was like, that's fucked up. If I was that ninja that got sliced in the arm, I would have been pissed.
Well, that's why you're not in the group.
I would have been like, this bastard's right over here.
You are not welcome in the League of Shadow. Again, you're in the League of Bitch.
Fair enough.
But thank you for applying.
We'll see you on your way out. Don't forget to ask for a treat on your way. Thank you. Have a good day. Another thing I noticed that was a little silly about this movie. So I'm assuming the League of Shadows is in some sort of part of Asia, maybe. I could be wrong.
That's what I would assume, yeah.
If you look closely inside the masks, the eyes are like a lot of white people. Why are
What's
they
wrong with white people?
I doubt the majority of people in Asia are white.
White people, bro.
At least in the region that the League of Shadows is supposed to be based in, I don't see how a lot of white people would be there.
So my thing is I feel like he goes out of his way to find people. I don't think he just looks in one area.
Fair point, because he does go out of his way to find Bruce Wayne of all people.
I think he spots people and he's just like, okay.
You have potential?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, I'll give you that. You speak in logic.
Unfortunately, all the white people have the potential in this movie. Right?
Which is what a lot of Hollywood thought at the time of the making of this film anyway. So, you know what? You're right. It all comes back around. But again, action scenes, pretty great in the beginning when he's like going through the League of Shadows and shit. Even when he gets that first fight with like that big guy in the prison and he's like, I'm the devil or something like that. I was like, that was actually pretty tight.
Yeah.
That was actually pretty cool. Where it's like, he's like, no, you're practice. And I was like, oh shit. Bruce Wayne about to break it down right now.
I would love to know more of, like, it seemed like he was already trained to fight. So, like, where did that happen? When did it happen?
Right.
How did it happen?
I want to say he's naturally like a brawny guy, Bruce Wayne, and he's also very smart, obviously, right? But I don't think they portray that very well.
I was going to say, there's actually a part where Morgan Freeman tells him something, and he's like, am I supposed to know what that means? No, I just want you to know how hard I worked.
That's right. Where he talks about like the proteins he had to inject in him to save his life, yada, yada. I don't blame him for not knowing, but he's all supposed to be Bruce Wayne, so you make a good point there.
Yeah.
You make a very valid point.
I think you see it a little bit more in the second one. I started to watch the second one immediately.
Oh, did
after.
you? Yeah. Nice.
And
respect.
there's a part where he's like Morgan Freeman's trying to tell him like they may be doing something illegal, and he was like, I know. And it was like, oh, okay, so there we go.
So he knows the difference between right and wrong. I don't know if that makes him a genius.
No, I think he did like the research in advance and stuff.
I see. Well,
again, I didn't get that far in that movie, but I'm pretty sure it's because he actually went to scope out the building itself.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, no, I get that. Unfortunately, near the end of that film, Batman has a boo-boo and like breaks his neck basically. And maybe when he hit his head, he got dumb again because Alfred had the foresight to look into the fighting style of Bane and try to warn Bruce Wayne, and yet he still got his back broken fighting Bane. So I mean,
I don't even remember that. I'm literally gonna watch all of the movies now.
I love that scene and Cynthia brought it up last night. We were watching the movie and we just kept talking about how good the other ones were. Yeah. But we did like the film. I think especially myself, but because she hadn't seen it in years either. She had not seen it in years.
Same. I really enjoyed it. I was playing my game as I was watching it, and there were several times where I put my control down. I'm like, okay.
This is freaking sick.
I gotta watch this.
Right, yeah.
I really enjoyed it. Again, it's not as good as the second and third, but that
Definitely
just goes to show you how good those are.
Christopher Nolan only got better at making movies after that, for sure. That being said, there are probably some like quote unquote cheesy parts maybe in all three movies. A little bit.
Movies get cheesy over the years, though.
They don't always age very well, but I look forward to it. I think I'll probably just put it out there now, so that way I don't forget and I can refer to it later. And anyone else that wants to see it, there's like the opening parking garage scene where Batman goes ham on all those thugs, in the beginning of Dark Knight, the second movie.
Look how good these movies are. We keep talking about the better ones. We didn't even watch them.
But I specifically laugh and think it's really cheesy at Batman's fighting. Some of the fighting in that second film, in the very beginning.
Why?
We'll get into it. We'll get into it when it comes time to talk about that.
But I want to know now, AJ.
You watch it, rewatch it. It just does not seem like he is the League of Shadows trained man that he once was.
Well,
just the moves he does alone are a little silly.
My counter to that, because again, I watched like the first 15 minutes of it.
Is it because he's wearing a suit?
It's because he's wearing the suit. Because he actually tells Morgan Freeman, "I need something lighter."
Fair enough. But
so
it's still silly.
I think they did that on purpose.
I'm going to bring it up again, and so it might make for less of a laugh in the future.
Okay.
But when your go-to move to fight someone is double punch, that's like some freaking Dawson Street Fighter 2 shit.
Maybe he was watching Dragon Ball Z that fucking morning, and he's like, "Hey, I can do that.
I can finally use this move.
I can do that." All right.
If he pays Mr. Fox enough, maybe he can learn how to do a Kamehameha out of his hands too.
What's your best move? Judgment?
You rude prick.
I don't see you out in the night fucking fighting people.
That's a good point. I definitely, in the second film, the superior film, would have been one of those guys that was dressed up as Batman, overweight, fake Batman, and getting tied up by Batman, told to stay home from now on. Definitely. What was the point I was going to make earlier, though? Shit. Don't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's gone.
It's gone now.
So Batman Begins.
When in the edit, I'm going to look back and be like, fuck, I didn't finish my thought there, but it don't matter. Batman Begins. Freaking sick. Ra's al Ghul is a cool character. He's probably
Liam Neeson?
Liam Neeson, who's at that time a little bit younger and an intimidating figure. You forget how tall he is kind of compared to Bruce Wayne. He's a pretty cool character. He might be my favorite character in the movie, to be honest with you.
It's so funny because before I started watching the movie, I was like, there's no way he died. And then as I got to that scene and, he's like, I don't have to kill you. I just don't have to save you.
Yes.
And then, the train goes and I'm like, okay, no, he can live.
He can still hold on tight.
He can definitely live. And then everything blew up. And I was like, okay, that man is dead.
That is the end of the League of Shadows.
I did not remember that everything blew up. I didn't remember
that. Everything. The only thing that was left was a fluff of his goatee that floated through the air after the explosion happened.
I was literally like, he can survive from this. There's no...
He's going to be all right.
Okay, well, he might have to call in sick.
Maybe we understand why his daughter was so pissed at the end of Rises. Maybe we understand why the vengeance.
It would have been cool if he lived.
It would have been cool, yeah. But I mean, it made for an amazing twist ending, though, for Rises, I would say. For Dark Knight Rises. Well, not ending. What was that, like maybe midway through?
Midway, I would say.
That blew my mind when we saw that in theaters together, which we'll probably talk about in another episode of Beer Belly Let's Call down the line. If you guys want to see us talk about it, let us know in the comments. Please let us know. That'd be cool. But yeah, no, this movie though was pretty sick. Fight scenes for the most part pretty awesome. I still liked the sneak factor, the intimidation fear factor that he uses. Shout out to Joe Rogan. In this movie though, like when he's kind of rappelling down and taking thugs one by one and stuff like that. I feel like they used some of that in one of the Arkham games for Batman as well.
Okay.
Which is a pretty cool series of games. I've
never played them.
I've only played the first two, but eventually I do want to play through all of it, like our friend Diego. And maybe Glenn. Shout out to Diego and Glenn of the show, friends of the show. I think they've played through all of them.
I definitely know Diego has. I don't know about Glenn. It's a lot of games.
It is a lot. I think it's like 5 now, at least.
God damn.
And they are making a VR one if it's not already out.
It's going to suck.
Maybe.
I played VR Iron Man. That game sucked.
Do you just stand there and just...
You have to use thrusters and stuff, so your hands have to go down sometimes. It's not fun.
It's alright.
VR's not there yet.
I've had a couple good VR experiences, but it's very rare and in between. But I guess I just don't play enough games of them. I don't own an Oculus or a PS5 VR or anything like that. Maybe one day. But you're right, it's not there yet. Unless you're spending like an excessive amount of money for like a 4D experience, maybe then. I told you about that one that was at in downtown Disney several years back when Sin and I did the Star Wars one. Holy fucking shit!
You played it?
You play you play like a rebel. You play rebels, I think, or was it stormtrooper? No. You play rebels.
Okay.
And you have guns, blasters,
okay.
And oh my god, it was intense. So yeah, so from memory, again, this is probably like 7 years ago or something like that. They had a VR experience in the middle of downtown Disney. If you know about this, let us know.
It's not there anywhere. Never happened.
I know, right? I'm trying to think of what is there now. It's probably the Pele soccer store or something like that. But it was really cool. It's 4D to where you put on a VR headset, but you also feel the atmosphere around you. Like if it's cold, it's cold. There's one part where you're over lava, like in Revenge of the Sith, where Anakin becomes Darth Vader and all that and burns up, and you feel the heat of the lava underneath you. It's pretty intense.
Okay.
Pretty badass.
Do you walk?
You do walk, yes. You walk through like a maze and stuff like that, but the world around you visually looks like you're in like the ship of inside of a ship.
Wow, so
it's insane.
You yourself are in an actual maze.
Yes.
And the game is programmed to like what you're walking through. It kind of overlays over it.
1-to-1. Like there's one
shit.
part where like you have to crawl under like I don't know, like some piping, and if you feel out for it, you will actually feel the piping that's right in front of you in the video. It's insane. It was insane.
Was it expensive? I bet that bitch was expensive.
I think it was at least $30 per head.
Bad. That's not bad.
And it was worth it. I would do it again if I had the chance.
Not anymore. It never happened.
I think they replaced it with like an Iron Man thing. Probably the same thing you played. Or I would hope a better version of it.
Probably a better version.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
God, I would hope so. I think it was like an Avengers thing. That seemed really sick though. But unfortunately, we never got around to playing that one. But yeah. Anyway, Batman Begins.
Oh shit! I forgot we were talking about that. Totally forgot.
Great film. It's so crazy. I remember when Sin was like, I don't remember Katie Holmes being in this movie. And I was like, because they replaced her in the second one. And she's like, with who? And I was like, Maggie Gyllenhaal. Yeah. She's like, ooh.
What a downgrade. What a downgrade. Yeah.
She's a good actor.
Such a downgrade that they killed her.
Yeah. And that's another part that I do not like about that movie.
Why?
I just think that, okay, I think Maggie Gyllenhaal is a good actor. I think she did not, the way that they portray that scene, it's not her fault. I just didn't like that scene where she dies. Spoiler alert. I just think that part was a little cheesy for me.
Okay.
Like her little speech and monologue that she's having, talking to Harvey Dent while Harvey Dent's like, Rachel! And stuff like that. And he's like trying to find her and stuff like that. Or was it Batman? Maybe both of them are trying to find her. I don't know.
I think it was Batman.
That makes sense
because
I said
Harvey
Rachel.
Dent was
already Two-Face at that point?
No, he was tied up. You don't remember the whole situation that they were in?
Please do remind. Because he's trying to turn him into Two-Face, right?
No, that's not what happened.
Go ahead, please.
He's trying to make Batman pick between Harvey Dent or Rachel.
We're still talking about the other movie.
Yeah, we are. I'm not done.
Go ahead, please. I'm just pointing out that we're not talking about the first movie at all.
We saw it. It's good.
On to the better film.
He puts him in a situation to save Harvey Dent or Rachel. He has to pick.
Right. That's
One's going to die. Mm-hmm. And he goes to Rachel, but the Joker fucks with them. And where he thinks Rachel's at, it's actually Harvey Dent.
That's right.
Such a good
movie. And I kind of wish Batman still would have chosen Harvey Dent, because overall, you think about it,
he's just a man. He could die.
Also, Harvey Dent probably in the long scheme of things probably would have been more beneficial to Gotham than Rachel. Just saying. Had he not turned evil, he would have been a better cause for Gotham.
Right. But he turned evil.
But he turned evil. So you know what? No, Batman did make the better choice. You're right. Unfortunately,
it was the wrong choice.
It was the wrong choice. Great movie. God, The Dark Knight is so good.
Yeah.
Especially the opening bank heist scene, which again we'll probably talk about one day in greater detail. But that opening scene, I was like, wait, are we watching Batman?
That's how you get people so invested into a movie.
Oh, yeah.
Watching that.
Trying to wonder what the fuck's going on and who's who. And oh my God, that is the Joker. So good. But Batman Begins, of course. Back to Batman.
You got to watch the
Begins.
first one to get to the better second one.
You have to. It's the right thing to do, I think. And you know what? While I did not like this movie as much as I remembered liking it over the years, I'm still glad that I watched it again for the first time in a long time.
Because now I want to watch the better one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It only gets better. In my opinion, it only gets better throughout the trilogy.
Yeah, we have the controversial opinion that the third one is the best one of the trilogy.
Overall, yes. If it wasn't for Heath Ledger, I don't think the second movie would be able to stand as tall as it does. I'll just say that.
That's what we've always said.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would agree with that. That being said, let me ask you this. Who is, another controversial statement, and let us know your opinion, who is the best Bruce Wayne, and who is the best Batman? Could be the same actor. Could not be.
No, I think...
what do you think?
I think...
Pound for pound.
Christian Bale.
For both?
Yeah, except for the voice. Sometimes it's a little ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. I've got to say, I do really enjoy Ben Affleck's Batman.
I do like Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne and Batman a lot. And unfortunately, he only got, 2 movies to do it in?
Yeah, and even
3?
Then, it wasn't his whole dedicated movie. He's just kind of... I mean, Batman versus Superman, but half the movie's Superman.
Exactly.
And it's a dumb fuck of a movie, if I'm being honest with you. It's a waste of fucking time.
I still don't mind it.
Anything that man has directed in the last 7 years has kind of been a waste of time.
Zack Snyder?
Yeah.
I mean, I did like the Snyder Cut. Snyder Cut was cool. I mean, if you don't mind investing 4 hours of your life.
Oh, and if you watch it in black and white, I heard it's better. No, AJ, it's bad. Yes, you're right. It makes it better. But it does not mean it's a good movie.
I kind of want to watch Justice's Black and White. I kind of want to watch it.
And Rebel Moon is a testament that if you give this man complete creative control and all of the money in the world, it's still going to be ass. It's still going to be ass.
I want to check what the budget is for those films.
And
real
then,
quick.
They released the next director's cut, and it fucking bombed.
Even the director, well, yeah. I mean, the first original cuts got such bad press, especially the second one, right?
Yeah. Why would you do that? Netflix, that's partly Netflix's fault.
Wow, they gave that man $166 million for both parts. Okay, so that's actually not that much money.
No, it's only $166 million. Not that bad to make a fucking shit movie.
But for 2 movies, that's not that big of a budget,
right.
actually.
They're both shitty.
Yeah. At least he can blame the budget.
Both shitty. Hey, the director's cut has titty in it, and I still want to watch it.
I might just jump to that part, to be honest with you. Like when I was 13 years old.
This man cannot direct. To go from the amazing Batman movies we had to what he did, it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
What happened?
Justice League was kind of a joke. There are aspects of that film I do enjoy. Don't get me wrong. Just like there are aspects of Batman vs. Superman that I do enjoy. But as a thorough film experience, it ain't it, honey. No.
So to go back to the question, so mine is definitely Christian Bale.
Pound for pound as both Bruce Wayne and Batman.
I don't know. I really like Ben Affleck's
he's great.
His Bruce Wayne
opening scene of Batman vs. Superman is sick.
And he's like,
I love that part of the movie.
Legitimate comic book Bruce Wayne. He's an alcoholic. He fucks bitches. And he's smart.
Billionaire playboy.
They show
Pardon any potential jump cut, but yes, he's like the billionaire playboy Bruce Wayne and stuff like that. He's really brave. Like he's going through all that rubble and destruction that Superman was really kind enough to cause.
Yeah.
to Metropolis.
A bad version of Superman. And it's not Henry Cavill's fault.
It's not his fault. No. It's just careless director made a careless character. That's all there is to it. That's kind of all there is to it. But I mean, he's a legendary Superman, though. He is my Superman for sure. Henry Cavill.
Well, yeah, because he's the only Superman in the last
probably like 20 years.
Not counting TV Superman.
Well, there's also Superman Returns. Don't forget.
Oh shit.
That
shit of a
embarrassment
movie
of a movie. Yeah.
Bryan Singer.
Brian Singer,
the disgraced director.
Gotta love him. Well, scoot in a little bit more so the light doesn't get you as
Yeah.
much. You're harsh. But anyway, what was I going to say? But yeah,
Bruce Wayne.
So Bruce Wayne,
Yeah, I'm gonna say Ben Affleck, Bruce
Okay,
Wayne. I
okay.
think he is my favorite.
even though we barely get it.
You know,
Okay.
and then I take back what I said. Christian Bale.
Okay.
Christian Bale.
I would agree with you. Part of my problem, though, and I might get burned at the stake for this, I've never seen the Michael Keaton films front to back. I've only watched bits and pieces, so I can only judge it so much outside of what happens in The Flash, which he was great as Batman and Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
For the moment you get it, and especially as Bruce Wayne was funny. But yeah, I would say Christian Bale because we get 3 thorough films with the man as both Batman and Bruce Wayne. So it's kind of hard to not pick him when, as you said earlier, Ben Affleck barely got a chance to do anything with the character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he was part of a terrible franchise at the time.
I was so excited when they announced him as Batman.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Great actor. He's a troubled man. I mean, he's basically Bruce Wayne in real life.
100%.
Cynthia asked me this early on in watching the film last night. She was spitting hot fire with like questions and stuff. She asked me, she's like, who would you rather be? So I'll ask you now, Tony Stark or Bruce Wayne?
Tony Stark.
I said that too. I was like, Tony Stark has way more fun.
That's
Way more fun.
That's easy. And he has a million different suits. You know?
Well, I mean, Batman has a lot of suits too. A lot, like in the comics
it's
and
around
stuff.
the same shit, isn't it?
I'm sure he has like powered suits. I mean, look at what he gets in Batman vs Superman. That suit's actually kind of cool.
You mean the bulky thing that
Big
can
old-
barely move?
Yeah, yes. But he works out and has the workout montage to be able to carry it.
I'll stick with the Hulkbuster. Thank you very much.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Great fight scene, by the way. That's Age of Ultron.
Yes.
Awesome fight. In my opinion, a very awesome fight scene. But that's not what we're talking about
Yeah,
today.
so Batman Begins.
Jesus Christ.
Nothing but professionalism.
I think that's all Beer Belly Last Call is going to be, is having the basis of a film to talk about or whatever subject matter, but meandering to anything else that might slightly relate to it
Oh.
by even the smallest degree. That's all that Beer Belly Last Call is. I don't think I'm going to get the diarrhea from this.
Did you finish yours?
Almost.
Oh my god.
How far along are you, bud?
I'm not even halfway.
I'm going to have more coffee.
I'm gonna just down.
That's
this
just
because
coffee.
I have a commitment to the Patreons
Mm-hmm.
to drink this expired cream. Oh,
Why did we do this? Why did we allow this to happen?
because we're idiots.
Yes, very much so. But yeah, I would agree. Christian Bale, pound for pound, only for pound. You know what I mean? Like
Oh.
quality over quantity, and even just the sake. Again, you get so much quantity that there's plenty of room for quality. But you did. Oh, I have to agree with you though, especially in the latter 2 films. God damn it, does the Batman voice get the better of me sometimes? Like he doesn't talk. That's the thing. He doesn't do Batman voice as much in the first one because he's not Batman for very long in the first one,
No.
which is why I think it's more tolerable, for sure. And it was almost a little better.
I feel
in
like
the first
I
or in the
feel
first
like
one.
it was a conscious decision in terms of in the universe.
Sure.
Because Bruce Wayne was just back.
Yes.
So people most likely didn't know his voice as well. But
Okay.
I'm sure he thought as more media comes around and, you become more familiar with his voice. If he didn't change his voice, people would know who he is.
Right.
Opposed to year 1.
But then somehow Rachel knew it was him the first time she saw him in the suit in this movie. I'm like, how
she
did you
didn't.
guess for that? She's like, Bruce?
You don't know why? Bro, did you even watch the movie?
I was a little drunk.
He quoted her.
Oh, okay,
Earlier
okay.
she said something like, I know who you are deep inside, but that doesn't mean who you are. Something along those lines.
I thought he was just being pervert.
No. I mean, he probably wanted to be inside of her. But
He was being honest about that part.
he quoted her. Come on, AJ.
I'm sorry.
Let's be real. You were thinking of the Dark Knight the entire time.
I was thinking of Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises the entire time. I could not help but be like, movie is not as good as
I feel
those
like
two.
I was a little bit more invested than you were.
Oh, yeah. I would know. I was like at least 3 IPAs deep.
I was 3 White Claws in.
That's not the same thing.
It is.
I was 7.2, 7.7, and whatever the delicious double IPA is that. What is
Delicious
that
Double? That's like 9.8.
9.4 something like
No.
that. Yeah, okay.
Jealous.
And then I
So
shared
jealous.
and then I shared
Oh,
a standard delicious with my dad.
Oh yeah.
So that was like another
Keep naming
4.4.
IPAs. I'm tired of White Claws.
Talk dirty to me, baby.
Please.
Make me feel something again.
Say enjoy by.
And joy by.
Oh my god. Irish cream all over. I'm not even Irish.
Jesus Christ. I'm about to make you a little Irish right now. Get some Irish potato inside of you. Absolutely. But yeah, this movie, pretty awesome. You were clearly more invested in it.
Yeah.
And appreciated it more than I did. But again, I mean, hey, don't get me wrong. Christopher Nolan will always make a better film than I am capable of making. I'm not trying to knock him. I've not tried.
You might be wrong then. Hear me out. Cast me as your Batman.
Okay.
And we can do this.
We can make this happen.
We can do it.
Nice. If you guys want to see us make a Beer Belly short film of John as Batman, let us know in the comments.
Bruce Wayne.
Sound off. I don't care if you're not watching this day one on Patreon. If you are listening to this now, months later, after its initial release, let us know anyway. At BeerBellyPod on all your favorite socials.
Yeah.
BeerBellyPod@gmail.com. If you want to see that happen, maybe we can make like a 5-minute short. That'd be
amazing.
That'd be pretty fun. It might end up being a 2-minute short. We don't want to put anyone through that. But we promise it'll be fun if we do that. God, that's a great idea, John. Good job. I can't wait. We probably should make that happen. That'll probably be like several shooting days, I would assume. Or maybe we just do it all in an afternoon.
I think one run, one take.
One take?
One take. No edits.
Like Birdman, just kind of go through that?
No edits.
Oh, no. We could probably work that out. That would be an interesting thing to do, too. One take. One shot. Can we do the thing where a lot of movies do where they make it look like it's one shot?
No.
Like, we'll have the camera pass a rock, but then we'll have it continue through the rock, and then it'll be somewhere else. We'll be in Germany all of a sudden? No?
If you buy my ticket to Germany, yes.
Okay, only if then.
Oh, no.
You heard it here first. If I buy the man a plane ticket to Germany, I'm going to buy you a boat ticket, and I'll see you there a week early.
You son of a bitch.
Or a week later. All right. What else do you have to say about this movie, if anything at all?
The intro, like the beginning, where it shows like the Warner Brothers symbol, made me think of The Matrix.
The Matrix?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because it shows like the Warner Brothers studio, and then it has like the yellow wave.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's actually a good point. That's actually a really good point.
Fun fact, also, when I watched Batman Begins in the theater, there was an earthquake.
Oh,
I'll
snap.
never forget that. Yeah.
Add to the intensity of the film.
Crazy,
what was happening during the movie? Do you remember? Did it scar you enough?
I think it was in the intro, so I think it was...
Oh, shit. Okay.
The fighting scenes with the League of Shadows.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll never
That's
forget
actually
that.
pretty sick. I didn't know we bought a 4D ticket before 4D was a thing.
What the fuck is going on?
I think I just invented 4D, Dad. Good job, son. We're going to make millions. Or not very much. But we'll sell the tickets at a high price. At triple the value. What was I going to say? Oh, you know what? One thing I did really like about this movie that I forgot about is how badass... What's Bruce Wayne's dad's name?
I don't know. Dave
Wayne.
Dave Wayne.
My favorite country folk singer. Dave Wayne.
Yep.
What is his name? I'm sure people are yelling at us right now. Batman's dad.
It'd be amazing if it was Dave. It's not.
I want to guess, but I don't want to take forever to do that. Batman dad. Thomas Wayne. Jesus
it's close.
Christ.
Close to Dave.
Dave?
If you rearrange the letters and you remove some and add more letters,
It starts with a...
it becomes Dave.
Sure. It starts with a consonant. Why not? Jesus God. I love how heroic and brave they make him in this movie. Like how much of like an upright, good example for Bruce that he is. And like he's like a coddling, not a coddling dad, but yeah, he's a supportive dad.
Yeah.
He cares for his son. When the son, is a little bitch in the theater because he's a little scared of a little play, he takes his son out, gets gadded down.
He got straight gadded down.
His wife gets gadded down and everything like that. But I really like the way they portrayed Thomas Wayne in this film.
There's a twist to that, right? Like he was actually hired.
Sin and I talked about that too. We were trying to remember. I think there's a storyline where the Joker was the man that killed Thomas Wayne and Martha Wayne. Could be wrong. But I thought there was a twist somewhere in the comics where that was like an alternate reality.
There is an alternate reality where the mom becomes the Joker.
What?
And the dad becomes Batman. And I think Bruce Wayne is the one who gets shot.
That's actually pretty sick. That's really cool.
I think this was during like Crisis in Infinite Earth or some shit like that. I don't know. I'm not a DC fanboy.
If you know and you're watching or listening to this right now, let us know, because that would actually be really cool.
That does
I'd love to
happen,
read
though.
that.
Flashpoint. I think it happens during Flashpoint.
That would make more sense considering the alternate universes and stuff.
There's an actual animated movie of it. I don't know if you've ever seen any of the animated DC stuff.
No, not really.
They're really good.
Nice.
I've got to say, they're pretty fucking good. Like, Marvel doesn't hold a stick to them.
As far as like their animated stuff goes?
Stuff, yeah.
I could agree with you there. I mean, you've said that for years now. And I bet I'm glad to hear that you still stand by that. Because I don't doubt. I've been curious for years to watch some. And every time I go on Max to start one, something always comes up. So maybe one of these days I will. And who knows? Maybe the name of Max will have changed several times by the time I finally get the chance to sit down and watch it.
You're still not going to watch it, AJ.
I want to.
Doesn't matter the name changes. You're not going to.
Recommend your favorite ones, please. Tell me the ones that we need to watch.
Watch Flashpoint.
There you go.
I recommend it your first one.
Fair enough. Maybe we can cover it on BeerBelly. Let's call.
Maybe.
Who'd have thunk we have a platform to do it on? That'd be awesome. What was I going to say? Shit. But yeah, Thomas Wayne, badass. One thing that Sin and I talked about is there is like almost no mentioning of Barbara Gordon throughout like any of the trilogy. Is that right?
Yeah.
Or does she show up later on in Rises as like the love interest?
No.
No?
I don't think so.
Definitely not like Alicia Silverstone Batgirl status or anything like that, but yeah.
Hey, you get Robin.
Kind of, yeah, for like a split second at the end when he becomes Robin, which is still cool. But I remember making that point
it's
with...
pointless.
I
it's
liked
the most
it.
Pointless shit ever.
You think so?
Yes.
I'd still defend it to this day.
No.
And I'll defend it when we eventually review the movie down the line.
No.
One of these days. One of these years.
Pointless.
I love it. He finally... Okay, I'm going to say it now, and I'll use the example later to give you fuel to be able to have a better argument against me in the future.
Okay.
Not that you need one, but... he finally found like a protege who believes in Gotham and justice as much as he does. And who has the same morals as he does. Because he doesn't want to kill anybody either.
Okay, I'm not going to disagree with you on that.
So he's a rightful heir.
I'm just saying, like, it was pointless to add it to the movie.
I thought it was a cool little ending. Like a little bow at the end.
It is cool. It is cool. So he just becomes Darkwing, or what's his name? Not Darkwing.
Nightwing?
Nightwing? That's it? He's just Nightwing?
I guess so.
That's it?
He inherits the Batcave.
That's it? How is he going to learn how to use any of that shit?
Well, Fox is still around. He could teach him. He'd be like, well, let me show you, sir. And then
does
boom.
Fox know him?
I don't know. But if he's going to be in the Batcave, he's going to be in reconnaissance with Fox. He's going to know.
No.
He's going to know. Morgan Freeman's going to dial up the phone and be like, I see that the alarm went off.
What's going to happen?
Dumbass, the code is 00069-420.
Fox is going to be Fox. Mm-hmm. Robin is going to become Slippy. Slippy is going to get blown up. And Fox is going to go, Slippy! Yeah.
I feel like Fox is more of a peppy hair. He's the smarter one, I want to say. Well, actually, no. Slippy was kind of like the technician, wasn't he?
I don't know.
I think so. I think he was the techie boy. Because he holds like a wrench.
It wasn't the rabbit?
Peppy I thought Peppy was smarter. Peppy hair, Slippy Toad, Slippy Frog,
Falcon,
Slippy Toad.
Falco
the Falcon. The most lazy name ever, but the coolest character. Aside from Fox.
Fox McCloud.
Slippy Frog, Slippy Toad, Job. Mechanic and inventor.
Okay.
What was Peppy hair then? Peppy
the hair. Drunk.
He's just an old man that follows them around.
You gotta add Job.
Oh, Job, you're right. Job. Why does he not get as much?
Why is he retired?
I guess he's got too old. Oh, that's right. In the Wii U game, he like doesn't fight with them anymore. I think.
Oh, what a bitch.
Retired member. Sorry guys. I'm curious.
We're really in it now.
An experienced pilot. Learned tricks. He learned the barrel roll. Don't forget, he taught Fox to do the barrel roll. It doesn't say what his job is.
He's just a pilot.
He's just a pilot, I guess. He's just a smart old guy that eventually.
Andros.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah. That game is so quotable. I love that game. Star Fox 64. Shout out to it. We should play that on an episode of Last Call one day.
That would be fun.
Break out the N64. I'm sure we could probably drop like $15 on the Switch online store and probably play it on there if we had to too. That'd be fun.
Or we could just get an emulator and get it for free.
Free. We'll definitely pay for it, though, regardless.
No, I'm stealing it.
It's not worth paying for anymore.
No.
I bet that game is worth so much money unopened.
I would agree with the Rumble Pack.
Oh my God. I remember when I eventually got a Rumble Pack. I think the only Rumble Packs I had were aftermarket ones. But it was called like the Tremor Pack.
I had the legit one.
Mine had 2 different options. You could do standard or Tremor. And it was like extra rumble. It was pretty badass. But sometimes you could hear it way over the game. And I'm like, I can't hear the game over the rumble. But it was good times. Very good times. Hell yeah. All right. Anything else? We good?
No, I think that's it. Watch Batman Begins.
Watch Batman Begins. Let us know what you think about the movie. Does it hold up very well? Is it the best out of the 3? Like, we don't think. But but again, it's a perfect gateway in closing to what the rest of the trilogy has to offer. I feel like Christopher Nolan only becomes a better filmmaker post that movie, which is awesome because we all get a benefit from that. But less twist endings.
Yeah.
And better twist ending, at least in Dark Knight Rises, I thought. Pardon any jump cuts again. We're working out the technical difficulties of all of this. But anyway, if you enjoyed this, Beer Belly Last Call, where can the people jump in and find that?
On Patreon. Patreon at BeerBellyPod.
I'm going to get the URL tattooed on your hand. Patreon.com/BeerBellyPod, where you can watch more episodes of this. We have more ideas down the line. But if you have other things that you would like to see us talk about, whether it's another movie, game, TV show, comic book, whatever it might be.
More expired cream,
let us know. Whatever random ideas that you have for us to want to review, want to watch us or listen to us review, let us know. Otherwise, again, a few months down the line, this will air for free everywhere else. But for $5 a month, not too bad of a deal.
Get us out of this fucking heat, please.
Please, yes. The more that you all help us and you share this show with your friends, Beer Belly in general, it helps out. It helps us out a bunch. Keeps the lights on. It allows us to be able to afford even more good things on the line towards the production value of the show. So that way we have less jump cuts. That'd be nice.
That'd be so cool.
All right. Again, patreon.com/BeerBellyPod. Thank you for everything. At BeerBellyPod on all your favorite socials. Links everywhere you can find us in every show note. And again, every standard episode of Beer Belly is everywhere you can find us. Full free. You don't need to pay $1 for that. We'll never charge for that.
We might start charging for it.
Yeah. $20 a month. It'll be totally worth it. Take care. Bye.
Bye.